Newry, Pennsylvania, 2009, when a new band was formed, which would eventually become First to 11. Today, we are gonna find out how everything began. So I talked to some people who may have the answers. So basically, I will ask you questions about the history of First to 11. So
Okay.
basically how it was started and everything, you know, right?
Yeah.
My first question to you is, how was M4 created? How did
How
it
was
begin? Yeah,
M4 created?
yeah.
So if you want like a more detailed story, back, I don't know, this would have been like 2008. I had a girlfriend that was a hairstylist. Yeah, I was dating her at the time, and she was going to Tony and Guy Hairdressing Academy to like learn how to cut hair. And they had like a competition or something like that was, you know, who could do a best men's cut, who could do a best, you know, like coloring job and stuff like that. And she did the men's cut, and she did it on my hair. And Matthew's dad was the judge of that contest. So he was judging my haircut, and then at the end of the thing, he was like, "You look like you play guitar. My son wants to learn how to play guitar. He plays Guitar Hero." So that was how he ended up as my first student. Was you know, his dad kind of got in contact with me through the hair show, which I won that hair show, by the way. I was the winner. I had the best men's cut, modern male 2008. That's me right here. But yeah, so that was how I got in contact with Matthew, and then he started lessons. And then I think his parents were friends with maybe Ben's parents, and then they were like, "Oh, all right, we'll take our son. He wants to play guitar too." And you know, they signed him up, and then it was Charlie and Bo's parents were all friends. You know, they were all in the same circle. So it was kind of basically through Matthew's parents that it was like, you know, let's teach all these kids. And then because they all knew each other, even though Matt went to a different school than Ben and Charlie and Chad and Bo, so he was kind of the only one that didn't go to that school, but he eventually moved to the same school also. So then they all went to the same school. But yeah, it was just too perfect that they were all the same age. They were all taking lessons. They were all at the same point in their learning. So they all could, you know, play power chords. They all had their individual lessons. And it wasn't very long after that we were like, all right, let's put a band together. And I think the first practice we had was, at my mom's house. So I didn't live at my mom's house.
I didn't live at my mom's house.
Why the fuck you lying?
It was all my music gear was still at my mom's house. So I just had them all come over, and we hung out for like a couple hours, and we you know, all learned the same two songs, which were The Middle and Dirty Little Secret. And during COVID, we brought everyone back to play those songs again, which was really cool. And we had their first show, they played those two songs. And then everybody at the show, like all their parents were like, encore, encore. And they didn't know any other songs, so they just played Dirty Little Secret again. So that was the very beginning of the band. Yeah, it was just like, you know, how parents are. They're proud of their kids, and they just wanted to show everybody. So, you know, they put out that video. We started playing more shows, trying to go to different events and just give them a place to play. And yeah, that took off. As soon as they played that first show, they probably played one show every month for the rest of history.
Probably 2010, 2011 when we would start playing out live. It was not very long after.
He just immediately put you guys on stage, huh?
Exactly. He was like, "Get up there, boys."
In 2013, Catherine, the old singer for M4, left, and a new singer became the lead vocalist of the band. So my first question for you is, how did you find M4?
How did I find them?
Yeah.
So I was, probably 10 years old, I think, when I first saw them playing. And what happened was I went to this like thing that we have like locally at this place called Peak and Peak, and it's a fall fest. So every year, I think it's in like October or something, they have this big festival, and they have like vendors and they have bands that come play. And I went to the fall fest because we always went every year. And there was this band playing, but it was like a bunch of kids like my age. And I was like, what? That's so cool. So I went up and I saw the sign, and it said like Rock School Studios, like, and it told you like how to apply and like how to try and get into the program. And I was like, I need to do that. So I had like done some stuff previously with singing, so I kind of like put that on there when I applied. And like then when I put that on there, Ryan ended up reaching out to me and being like, we want to put you in this band. And it ended up being the ones that I saw playing. It ended up being M4. So that was kind of like how it all came about.
Did you have to like show them your videos or something, or they just said yes?
No, you didn't have to. It was weird because what you had to do was fill out this form, and I think Ryan kept all of ours, like all of our forms. I think he has them somewhere. But you had to say like if you were beginner, intermediate, or like advanced like student. And I put advanced because at that point I had already done, 3 years of voice lessons. And I'd been singing out, like doing like national anthems and like singing at like local like places just by myself. So I put that, and then when I was really young, before I even joined the band, nobody knows this on him, I recorded 2 songs at a studio in Erie, 2 cover songs. And Ryan ended up knowing the guy whose studio that I went to. So he like talked to him, and the guy was like, no, like this girl, like she's good, like you have to put her in a band that is like the same like level that she is. And so that's how he kind of like found out. So no, I never even had to send in anything. I think if you looked it up online, you probably could have found a video of me singing at that point. But I don't know if he ever even did, or if he just asked that guy and was like, all right, I believe him.
He just knew that you were the one.
Apparently.
So when you joined the band, you immediately started playing live shows, right? With the
What'd you
band?
say? Yeah,
When you joined the band, yeah. So how was that like, being the main vocal in a band?
It was weird. It was especially weird because I was in a band, I mean I still am, but I was in a band of all guys, and it was just me. And I was, you're in like those awkward like middle school phases where you're just like, oh, I don't want to talk to any of them. And it was even harder because they all went to school together, and they were in the band together already for like 4 years before I even joined. So they were like very good friends before I even like came into the band. So it was definitely weird coming in and like not knowing anyone, but they all knew each other. And I remember, I think it was like Chad or Charlie telling me a story of like, I told them years later, I was like, I was so nervous. And they were like, we were so nervous. They were like, we like hid in the bushes to like see you drive down the driveway because we were so scared to meet you. So like it was all around like scary. But at the first show, I just remember being like terrified, and I knew how to sing, but I didn't know what to do like on stage. So I literally just stood there like this the whole time because I was so scared, and I never moved, and I was just terrified. I didn't know how to talk on stage. And so it was definitely a big learning curve when it came to like singing versus like being a main vocalist. Yeah,
I saw those videos. They're amazing.
Oh gosh.
So how many years did you do that for before you started doing covers?
I think we started our YouTube channel in 2016, and I joined the band when I was 11. So that means I was 15 or 16 when we started the YouTube channel. I think it was later, so I was 15, yeah. So I was in the band for 4 years before we even started doing covers on YouTube, but we had been playing cover shows in Erie up until then.
Yeah, and at that time you changed your name to 5 to 11. right? From
Yes.
M4.
Yeah, right before it, like right when we started the YouTube channel was like right when we changed the name over, like that year. Hey guys, I'm Audra.
I'm Bo.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Matthew. I'm Chad.
And you guys know us as M4, but we've been making a lot of changes and we've been recording new music. We went down to Nashville to record some songs, and we decided that since we were changing all that, we'd change our name too, and our name is now First to 11. So we're going to be changing all of our social media, and all that will be at the end of the video.
No.
And our first show as First to 11 is going to be at the Tri-City High School Rock Off in January at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Do it! Signing off!
No, 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 no.
Why did you change your name again?
Oh, no reason really.
Just
Basically,
because.
well, there was another artist named M4 Sonic who we actually saw at Warped Tour, like the year before or something. And when we were like trying to do all this stuff and like promote ourselves or whatever, this was when like our parents basically were still in charge because we were like 12. And they were like, you have to change the name because he had M4 copyrighted for like his merchandise. So we couldn't copyright the name M4.
Yeah.
And honestly, in hindsight, we probably could have just kept it. But I'm kind of glad that we didn't, because now we have First to 11.
Something about 5 to 11 is just catchy, maybe.
I know, it just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
I remember our first show, like, well, because I always just be like, hey, everybody, what's up? We're M4. You know what I mean? And then our first show was First to 11. I was like, hey, everyone, what's up? We're First to 11. And it was like so weird at first. But now it's like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
And one more secret.
Yeah,
Can I
what's
tell
up?
you a secret?
Yes.
So I interviewed Matt yesterday, right?
Uh-huh.
So I may have forgotten to record the first 5 minutes. I may have done that.
Oh, no. He'll be fine.
Anyways, yeah.
That's so funny, though.
Hey, I'm new to this, man. I'm new to
It's
this.
funny. It's funny because it's Matt. That's it.
Yeah. If it was Ryan, it would not have been funny.
No, it's just because it's Matt. Oh man.
Don't
Oh,
tell
Aunim.
him.
I won't. My lips are sealed.
I will tell him.
Yeah, that seems like you can send him that message. Be like, so.
When I finish making the videos, I can tell him that.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for talking. I'm sure we'll talk to you soon.
Sometime later. Okay.
Have a good rest of your day.
Have a good day too, man.
Bye.
Bye.